Hello, this is Thunder Crash Comms, and welcome to part 1 of Simpsons Hit and Run. I'm Jeff.
I'm Tyler.
Tyler, have you played a lot of this game before?
I have played a lot of it before, especially when I was a kid. I tried doing a playthrough not that long ago, but then I kind of got stuck, so I stopped.
Well, hopefully we'll see that point where you got stuck in this playthrough.
Oh yeah, we will.
I just played this very recently. I just picked it up in as a second-hand game, and I really liked it actually. It's really fun.
It's a lot like Grand Theft Auto in a way.
Yeah, you could compare it to that.
I think that's what it's based off of, but I never really noticed that as a kid. There are a lot of stuff that's original in this game that I haven't seen in Grand Theft Auto. That I would point out, but I haven't played Grand Theft Auto in a while, so I don't remember if those are in there.
Oh, definitely. Well, I was going to say after Grand Theft Auto did its thing, there's like 101 games that copied it. Now you can see in the bottom corner there's some sort of alien text, and which kind of gives the game away.
Yeah. It kind of looks like it says demo. That's what I was thinking, so I'm like, oh, maybe it's saying that it's a gameplay demo, but that'd be a lie because it's not gameplay.
Well, a demo can be just a video, I think.
A demo video, yeah. Come on.
Speaking of like the alien text, I was also kind of reminded of Futurama.
Oh yeah. Well, it is the same artist and stuff. Matt Groening, I think, is the artist and the creators of all those shows anyways.
Oh, he definitely is.
What was the controller connected to?
I don't know.
It's just, maybe it's just one of those controllers that connect to the TV and all the game is inside of the controller. I do know there's some things that are like that, so.
Oh, I remember buying one of those things, and they didn't really work properly.
Yeah, my older cousin got a Pac-Man one, and it needed AA batteries, but it took 4 AA batteries, and we only had 3. So he grabbed a AAA battery, and then he put tinfoil in it, and somehow it worked. Although I don't really remember much of him playing it, so I don't remember what it looked like.
Here we have the tutorial, although I turn off the messages, just cause.
They're very unnecessary, because this game's actually pretty easy to control.
Yeah, actually the cars are really good to control.
Yeah, they have good handling. Especially later when they get faster, they somehow just get better at handling. Now, when you go up to someone's car to take it, as like in Grand Theft Auto, instead of taking the car, they will just get in the car with them, and like Homer will get in the car with the people, and then he'll direct them to where to go.
Yeah, I guess that's a nice touch.
So that they don't get an M rating.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't give them an N rating, but whatever.
Have you played the Jack and Daxter 2?
I haven't. I wasn't really much of a Sony guy until I got my PS3, so I haven't played much for Sony games. The only Sony games I've really played are Ape Escape.
'Cause I was going to say, in that game you can hijack other people's vehicles, and you do actually steal them. So.
Oh. Well, that wouldn't give them an M rating then.
Yeah.
What happened to the ice cream with mini pies your wife this morning?
Anyways.
Of course, this game is littered with so many references to the series. Like they just mentioned the ice cream has little cakes on it.
Yeah. I like the Viking guy inside there. I forget his actual name. As I watch this show a lot, so I shouldn't remember his name, but he's in there in one of the episodes. And there's also a couple of nods to the shows in the back where Krusty's standing right now. And there's also a slot machine behind Apu that if you use it, it'll break down.
I didn't know that.
It doesn't give you any money. It drops dollar bills, but you don't pick them up. They just disappear. So.
Of course, we see the classic pink car from the series.
The family sedan.
Yeah, and there's something I guess you don't realise about The Simpsons, but it does actually have a lot of iconic vehicles.
Yeah, like Mr. Plow.
Yeah, and Homer's dream car. The Simpsons universe is actually well designed for a racing game, surprisingly enough.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why they made Road Rage.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, I guess what could you do with The Simpsons otherwise? I know there's been like some platformers with Bart Simpson.
Yes. I have this game on my DS. It's called The Simpsons Game, which is probably one of the very few games I'll ever get close to 100%ing. And it's a platformer collectathon sort of thing. And you fight God in the end.
It's the ultimate game.
Oh yeah.
Take that, Bayonetta.
Even fight the creator of The Sims in it. That's just because it's EA.
Now, there are different types of missions in Simpsons Hit and Run. Well, you do get the same ones every so often. Like, for example,
there's a few repeating ones, yes.
Like, for example, you have a racing mission. And, yeah, there are quite a few races throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
Next,
some of them do get fun, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's a car game. I can't really complain about the racing.
Oh, yeah.
Now, speaking of which, you see these levels, they sort of look free roaming, and I guess they are to a certain extent. But saying that, the levels are basically circuits.
Mm-hmm. There's a point A to point B.
Yeah, and they go around in a loop.
It goes around in a circle, too. Never mind.
Oh,
look at Willie.
I got hungry and it was a fig.
Now, you can see here in the background, which I don't think I press all these switches throughout the game, but they're like, I guess they're called gags, or jokes, hidden within the levels. And that sort of goes towards your 100% completion as well.
Although you don't get anything from 100%. At least I don't think so. I wouldn't expect much from this game, like, in that sense. You just walk through the car. Anyways.
Of course
the guy with the fuzzy dice back there, it's a race, side mission. I never really do them, and nothing changes in the gameplay, so...
Yeah, it's just to earn coins, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can easily earn coins by leaving the area and then coming back to the area.
I didn't quite make that jump there, but later on in the game you get much faster cars.
And in that you can make the jumps.
Yeah, and in fact, with the cars later on in the game, you have to make sure you don't overshoot lots of jumps.
Yeah, some of the jumps are necessary for your completion.
Oh, definitely. Like, I wouldn't have been able to complete some missions if I didn't abuse a shortcut.
Oh yeah, the missions do get hard in this game.
And now, speaking of which, something really good about this game is that it's essentially Springfield in 3D.
Yes.
Look, if you did want to play a game which is just like, you know, a game where it's just Springfield, this is definitely the game for you.
Yeah. Although this sort of layout also was a bit weird because in every different Simpsons episode they always change the layout of the town. One time the police department was right next to the Simpsons house, so...
Yeah, and in one episode, Moe's Tavern is down the road from the Simpsons house.
Yeah.
And in another one, it's opposite the power plant.
Yeah.
Although I do remember in one episode, they actually moved the town down the road.
Shelbyville?
No, the town got polluted, so they just picked up all the houses and moved everything down the road 100 miles or something.
Oh, okay.
And they just never brought it up again.
It kind of reminds me of that one SpongeBob episode. I don't know if you watched that, where Patrick's, his masterful plan was just to move the city to the side. And then they did that, and then they had to move it back because the danger was in the way where they moved it.
I haven't seen that one. I've seen a few SpongeBob episodes.
The older ones are actually a lot better than the newer ones. If you watch some of the newer ones, you're thinking that you gotta be really young to like this stuff. A lot of the older SpongeBobs are actually clever with what they put in the jokes.
You remember
I do remember when the SpongeBob movie came out, there was a lot of controversy, well, by some extremists, because apparently it was promoting homosexuality.
In what way?
Between SpongeBob and Patrick or something. I think there's a
I
whole
don't see it, but okay.
I think there's a whole speech where SpongeBob... oh no, that's what I mean, it was some far-right nutters. Who essentially the same people who think Harry Potter's promoting witchcraft.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a whole speech there where SpongeBob goes, I forget the word he uses, I think he uses like sort of wimp. He goes, oh, I've always had wimpy tendencies, and I need to accept myself as a wimp, or something. Which, yeah, I think it's sort of making a coming out joke. But
yeah.
It's...
But some people thought it differently?
Yeah, look.
You don't have to push that button, but you gotta really time your jumps well. It's a good speedrunning tactic, though.
Yeah, speaking of which, I think I watched a speedrun of this game, and it completed it in like 2 hours and 7 minutes. Which is insane.
I would believe that, actually. If you skip the cutscenes, the game actually goes pretty quickly by. If I could put it in words. I couldn't find better words, so I put it in those.
And essentially, I watched his speedrun, and the thing is, he didn't really go that fast. I think his main tactic was just to actually take your time and just make sure you complete the missions the first time you attempt them.
Mm-hmm. Well, isn't a speedrun when they do the missions as fast as they can? And if they mess up, then they go back or something, or they have to restart the whole thing. And it saves between every mission, I'm pretty sure.
That was very immature of me.
Yeah.
Screw you, Flanders.
If you go down the road there, you'll see Chief Wiggum's house, and if you jump over his fence, you can see Ralph Wiggum back there, and he has a few funny quotes to say. Mostly what you think Ralph would say is basically there.
You'll find my scorpion farm. Then where will my scorpions live? Only one person can help me. Lenny.
Well, I'm just looking at the attention to detail within the Simpsons house.
Mm-hmm. If you look behind, if you look into the kitchen, sometimes you'll see Maggie and Grandpa doing something.
Mm.
It's a nice gag, but all in itself, it really has no purpose. Some of them, with the Maggie, I don't even think it's that funny what she does. And Grandpa just walks into a wall a few times.
Yeah, and I think... Actually, I want to say there's no original jokes in this game. It's all clips from the series. Which makes me wonder if they actually got the voice actors back for this game, or...
Lady! I'm trying to do something here.
More breakfast churros for Lenny.
I'm gonna need a car with a little more junk in the trunk.
Where'd the car go?
I wonder if Barney still has
that's a good question.
Oh, there it is. It's just somehow... Oh, we all just somehow shifted places.
Do you notice like the little school bus there?
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking you can make a joke about it being like a short bus. It is tiny, isn't it?
Yeah, and you do get a school bus later in the game that you are forced to get, as it is a lot bigger too.
And see, you can see the cars have different stats. For example, this one has it's very tough.
Yes, I think it's one of the strongest vehicles of the game, noted by that 5-star rating. But yeah, that actually is a short bus. That makes me feel bad for ramming into it a lot of the times.
Now, we've said before, you can actually steal other cars. Well, not steal, but but catch a ride.
Mm-hmm.
But look, the generic cars you see driving around, they're actually pretty lame.
Yeah, there's nothing really to take.
Yeah, then there's usually always a way to get your own vehicle, using the blue phones.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And they're set up everywhere, too.
Yeah, we'll just pass one there.
Yeah, and I bet you'll see one, like, up here.
No, this,
there it is. You almost hit it.
I know. Now, these missions is essentially where you have to destroy a car or a set of vehicles, which I do find this kind of tricky. You can see there I tried to go for like a head-on collision.
And that's basically what you got to do, especially if you can collide them into another car or into a wall, because it does more damage.
Like I just sort of steered him into a car there.
Although very rare, this car can explode if you hit something too many times. So watch out for that, but that's only if you really are bad at this game. And yeah. Probably by the end of this mission, you'll at least see it like white smoke, or gray smoke, not white smoke. White smoke doesn't, well, whatever. Oh, wrong car.
Yeah, this car's kind of awkward to control. It's very big and very cumbersome.
Very tank-like.
But you just saw there, it's very destructive. Now, speaking of which, we didn't bring up the coins, but you do need them to buy cars.
That's basically, and costumes you need to get them with.
Now, a lot of the stuff you can buy is optional, but occasionally the odd mission does require you to get this item or this car, so it's worth doing a bit of grinding.
Yeah. You know, one thing I've just realized, if Homer's ramming into Smithers, shouldn't that... He hit you! If Homer is trying to smash Mr. Smithers' car so he can't get to work, when Mr. Smithers gets to work, wouldn't he be able to, like, fire Homer for running him over and hitting him in his car?
Good point.
It would have just been better to leave him alone and just hope he didn't find whatever, his scorpion farm.
And keep in mind, Homer's the safety inspector at the nuclear power plant.
Oh god.
In fact, I remember in the Simpsons run, put it this way, the Simpsons has a habit of like staying the same every episode, which is something they actually joke about. Like Bob goes, "Oh, I've been 10 for like 20 years now," but but I was thinking, oh crap.
Well, we'll keep that thought for next episode.